Okay, in this video, we're going to learn how to graph linear equations. And I'm going to show you how using these 6 steps. Okay, so the first step is to write the equation in y equals mx plus b form. Okay, this one's already there because we have y equals m, or the slope, times x minus 1, or plus b. Right, so this one's okay already. Okay, the second thing we're going to do is plot the y-intercept. Okay, so the y-intercept in this situation is -1. And so we want to start by putting a dot at when y is -1 and x is 0. Okay. The third step is we're going to write the slope as a fraction. Okay, and so it actually already is a fraction in this case. It's 2/5. But we're going to write that out. We're going to say that the slope is equal to 2/5. Okay. And now we want to write the slope in a second way. Okay, so we need to think, how can we write 2/5 as an equivalent fraction? And what we want to do here is look at negatives. This is the same thing as -2 divided by -5. Right? 2 negatives make a positive. Okay, so we wrote the slope in 2 ways. And now we want to plot the slope in both ways. So what we need to know here is what this says. Okay, the slope is defined as rise over run. Okay, so m, the slope, is the rise over the run. Okay, so what this 2 says is it says rise to, or what this says is up to, and then this 5, this is your run, this is your horizontal, this says right 5. Okay, and so let's go ahead and plot that out. We're going to start here, okay, and from there we're going to go up to and right 5. So we go up to 1, 2, and then right 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And we want to put another dot. Okay. And so we're almost there, but we also need to plot the slope in this second way. Okay, this -2, rising -2, means that you go down 2. So down 2, and then -5 run, left, right, is going to be left 5. Okay, so what that says is from this starting point, you want to go down 2 and left 5. Okay, so let's do that. We go down 2, 1, 2, and then left 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, and so that's what we mean by plotting the slope in both ways. Now we complete the line, and on this one you can see the linear equations just form this straight line, right? And it does have arrows on it because it's a line, and so there we got it, right? Okay, let's go on to this next problem. Okay, on this problem we have -3/2 x plus 1. And so it's written in y equals mx plus b form, so we're good. Now we want to plot the y-intercept, or plus 1. So we go up 1, start there. Now we write the slope as a fraction. We know that that's -3/2, right? The slope is -3/2. Okay. Now we write the slope in a second way. So when it's -3/2, what this means is that your 2 ways are like this: -3/2 or 3/2. You see that? And in either way will work. And I'm just going to move this over a little bit. All right? So when it's negative 3/2, it's either negative 3 over 2 or 3 over negative 2. Okay, so wrote the slope in two ways. Now we want to plot the slope in both ways. Okay, so negative 3 over 2, this means go down 3, right? Minus 3, and this means go right 2. Cool. This 3 and this negative 2, this says go up 3. And this minus 2 says go left 2. Okay, so we'll start and we'll do both of these. So this first one, we go down 3, right 2. Down 3, right 2. Right? And we can actually do that again, right? So we'll go down 3 again and right 2. Okay, so that's good here. And now we want to go from the starting point up 3 and left 2. So up 3, left 2. Okay, and now this last step, we want to complete our line. Just fill this in, right? Put some arrows on it. Okay, and you've graphed your line. Okay, let's look at the next problem. Now it's just negative 3/2 x. Okay, so we need to write the equation in y equals mx plus b form. So what is the y-intercept in this situation? It's negative 3/2 x plus 0. Do you see that? So when we start this, our y-intercept is going to be 0. Okay, so we wrote the equation, we plotted the y-intercept. Okay, and now we want to write the slope. So the slope is negative 3 over 2 or 3 over negative 2. Okay, and remember what this says is this says this is rise and this is run or up down, left right. So this says you rise negative 3. Okay, you go down 3. And you run 2, this says you go right 2. Okay, when you rise 3, you go up 3. And when you run negative 2, you go left 2. Okay, so let's plot both of those. Down 3, right 2. So we're going to start here. Go down 3, right 2. Down 3, right 2. Okay, and on this one, up 3, left 2. Up 3, left 2. Up 3, left 2. Okay, and you can see that you have this line right here. Make sure to put arrows on it. Okay, and we got it, right? Fill in these steps. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Now on this question right here, it's in y equals mx plus b form, right? And so we want to plot the y-intercept. Okay, the y-intercept is starting at negative 2. So we'll start there at negative 2. Okay, now the third thing is we want to write the slope as a fraction. Well, the slope in this situation is 2. How do we write 2 as a fraction? We say that that's 2 over 1. Okay, so if we wrote the slope as a fraction, this is 2 over 1. Now we want to write the slope in a second way. This is equal to, right? And maybe, actually I think I like this or better, right? Or negative 2 over negative 1. Got it? Now we want to plot the slope in both ways, right? What this says is you go up 2, right 1, up 2, right 1. This says you go down 2 and left 1. Okay, so let's do both of those. Up 2 and right 1. We go up 2, right 1, up, put a dot, up 2, right 1. Right, you can see the pattern. That's going to continue on. down 2, left 1, down 2, left 1, and then down 2, left 1. Okay, and so then we can fill in our line. It just goes through all of these points here, right? And we get an arrow on there. Okay, let's go on to the next one. Now we have negative x minus 4. It's in y equals mx plus b, right? So we're good. Now we want to plot the y-intercept, or minus 4. Okay, so we'll start at minus 4. Okay, write the slope as a fraction. Well, the slope in this situation, and this one's kind of tricky, right? It's negative something, right? There's a number right here. How many x's do you have? You have negative 1x. So we write the slope in this situation as negative 1 over 1. Right? And this is negative 1 over 1. Right? So our slope becomes negative 1 over 1 or 1 over negative 1. Okay? So we'll write the slope as a fraction. We got it in both ways. Now we want to plot the slope. Okay, this says, right, remember you're doing rise and you're doing run. Okay, so this says you rise negative 1 or you go down 1. Okay, and you run positive 1. So you go right 1. Or you rise 1. You go up 1, and then you run negative 1. You go left 1. Okay, so let's plot both of these out. Down 1 and right 1. So we go down 1, right 1, down 1, right 1. Okay, now up 1, left 1. Up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, up 1, left 1, right? And you can see this pattern. Okay? And so now we just want to fill in the line that connects all of these points. Okay, so we plotted the slope and now we completed the line. Okay, a couple more for you here. Now on this one we have x minus 3. Okay, so it's in y equals mx plus b. Plot the y-intercept, or negative 3 to start. Okay. Now write the slope as a fraction. In this situation, the slope is, we have 1x, so we write that as 1 over 1. Okay, so the slope is 1 over 1, or it's negative 1 over negative 1, right? Those are equal. Okay, so we want to do rise and run. So we rise 1. That means we go up 1, and we run 1. That means we go right 1. We rise negative 1. That means we go down 1. And we run negative 1. That means we go left 1. Okay? So here's where we are. We want to plot the slopes. Okay, so from this point, we go up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1, up 1, right 1. You got the pattern? Here we go down 1, left 1, and continue that pattern. Okay? And so then fill in this line, and we got it. Okay? Couple more here. Now on these ones are different. Y equals 5. Okay, so in this one, you can't really write it in y equals mx plus b form. I mean, I guess you can. The slope, you'd have plus 0x. Okay, so let's think of it this way. So on this one, you could go about this like through these steps, but this is a little bit different. I'll kind of work you through this. Okay, oops, sorry, let me move my graph back. Okay, so y equals 5. What is y? Y is 5, right? So, okay, when x is 0, what's y? It's 5. When x is 1, what's y? It's 5. when x is 2. Y is always 5. When x is 3, y is 5. Right? Do I need to keep going? When x is 4, y is 5, right? Y is always 5. What about when x is negative 6? Well, y is 5, right? And so what we get here is a horizontal line. Okay, so y equals 5. This is a horizontal line, right, where y is equal to 5. You got that? There's one last example. Now, what about x is negative 5? Okay, so let's go through this, right? So when y is 6, let's do when y is 6. What is x? It's minus 5. What about when y is 3? What's x? X is negative 5. What about when y is 0? X is negative 5. Right? X is always negative 5. When y is negative 6, x is negative 5. And so what you get here is you get a vertical line. Okay, so we'll write this out. Oops, sorry. This is a vertical line, right, where x is always negative 5. Okay, so, that's it. The graphing equation is not easy, but you got it. Thanks for watching and good luck on the worksheet.